What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. With Clash at the Castle behind us, Monday Night Raw certainly delivered. What did you think, Matthew?
I think Monday Night Raw definitely delivered. I think this was a phenomenal Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you, and especially after Clash at the Castle, we really saw WWE full steam ahead. Now, I there were rumors surrounding Monday Night Raw, and we'll get into that. But none of if you don't know, you will know mid video. So I want to talk about the beginning of Monday Night Raw, right? And I think the way Monday Night Raw opened, it worked. And honestly, for me, it just was entertaining. Now it does open up with Edge coming out to a nice pop, talking about what happened at Clash at the Castle, Dominic Mysterio, kind of turning on him, um, kind of convincing that he doesn't need Dominic, and he didn't need to worry about Dominic. He thought of him like a nephew, but now he just kind of wants to beat him up. Edge coming down, or Rey Mysterio, I'm sorry. He ended up coming down and kind of confronted Edge. And then Edge said, "You know what, Dominic, you're old enough. Get your ass out here." Dominic ends up coming down, followed or Rhea Ripley actually by his side. Dominic all looking mischievous in a black
Oh,
suit.
dude, I love it. I love it.
And you know what? We were just talking about before this video. They didn't need to add another member to the Judgment Day. You know what? I don't think they needed to, but it's kind of like Rhea Ripley. They're even leveling Rhea Ripley up higher with Dominic as she's mentoring him now. So it's not like we've ever seen a girl really mentor a young man in WWE now. You know what? I think this worked perfectly, especially Dominic stopping Edge from spearing Damian Priest earlier on. And you know what? It just worked really well. Rey Mysterio then walking off set. It's just something fresh. And you know what? I think if they keep booking Dominic right with Judgment Day, I think this is going to work out phenomenally.
Oh, dude, I see big things in his future for sure. I really like how they're leveling up Rhea Ripley. Like you said, man, she's becoming the face of the Judgment Day. She's
Yeah.
becoming the leader, really. And you know what? Dominic, doing that bad boy angle, man. I like it.
Yeah. Well, what I want to talk about next, the first match of the night, Fatal Four Way determine the next contenders for the Usos and the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Angel, Umberto, Otis, Gable, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. You know, this match started off with a bang, but then as Gable was free from any competitors, we cut from a commercial break, and Braun Strowman makes his return to WWE. Just gets in the ring
Someone's
with
gonna get
Gable,
these hands, man.
basically decimates everybody. Braun Strowman just teeing off with the crowd. Everybody was happy with that. I am happy that Braun Strowman returned, and I think it was much needed for his career. And also WWE, kind of somebody that can really bring some fright back to Monday Night Raw. Now, the match ended in a no contest, so I'm still curious what they're going to do with the tag team champions, the Usos, and who they're going to face. So I think they're kind of just building it up just a little bit slower. So I think that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. I got a few questions though. Who do you think Braun Strowman's like first main opponent is going to be, and what do you expect to see him do in his return to Raw?
You know, I really couldn't tell you. Honestly, I still have to sit on it. It's kind of just like so quick. It just so happens so quickly. So I don't know who I want to see him challenge. Honestly, dude, I wouldn't even mind seeing him go against Bobby Lashley once
I was
again
gonna say
for the
that.
United States Championship.
Yeah,
You
that'd be
know,
perfect, man. Those two behemoths going at it. That's a dream match right there.
it's a dream match. It really is. But I think the next few weeks we'll get a better idea of who he's going to face. But if it was somebody, I think he would go for that United States Championship, Bobby Lashley. Um, Talking next, Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez having their first match right as the women's tag team champions, facing Doudrop and Nikki ASH. Non-title match. Wasn't that long. Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah with a nice win. But it saved its purpose. It is what it is. Women champion just kind of getting some,
Shine, yeah.
chant and shine on the main roster. So it is what it is. All right. Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens, right?
Here we go, man.
So
This is a hell
it
of a
comes
match.
out with Theory cutting a promo despite the failing cash in this weekend in Cardiff, Wales. Kevin Owens is kind of coming out to respond, just kind of insulting Theory. Kevin Owens just saying, "Shut up, dude. You know what? Let's just freaking fight." Um, yeah, you know what? Owens was able to get the pin and celebrate in front of a crowd. Pretty good match. They have plans for Theory. I know they do. They're just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
feeling it out, I feel, but Kevin Owens, man, he's just he's just so good with his
He's
insults.
ready to be back in that title scene, man.
Theory's
He
a great
really deserves
wrestler.
it.
Owens just gives no shits. Owens also is a great wrestler. And you know what? If these two are still going to go at it for the next month,
Oh, I'm
but
here for
it's
it.
fresh, it's new, and I am so here for it. Just not sure who I want them to put over. But
Yeah, man,
Theory,
I
he has
really
that
don't know.
briefcase so he can. Yeah,
Kevin Owens has got to turn his luck around. So does Austin
yeah.
Theory. So, man, I want to see the big KO show. Get a win over Austin Theory at a big pay-per-view. He deserves it. And but this rivalry is going to be pretty good. I'm here for it.
Yeah, basically. Basically. So what happened next? Kind of a stupid little bout, but Bailey, Sky, and Kai came out to give a promo declaring, their intentions to the women's tag team championships. Obviously they did not grab them, but Bianca Belair came out and challenged Bailey to a match. Nothing really happened. But I think we're gonna see Bailey and Bianca in the next few weeks. So that's gonna be interesting. So what we see next is Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio. Now, a little bit of an onslaught from earlier on. Nice job balancing, times when Priest was in control and then Ray would have control. Priest was able to avoid a 619 with help from Dominic. And then he hit South of Heaven for the pin and the 1, 2, 3. So I'm happy we were able to see it culminate even more during Monday Night Raw, especially from just the opening. But I do dig Dominic as a heel. It works, man. It does.
Yeah, he needed something fresh, and I think this is exactly what he needed. You know what? I'm excited to see what he does, like we were talking about. Well, with Rhea Ripley's tutelage, I could see big things, and maybe going after like a United States Championship.
Yeah. And I think big things are coming for Rhea Ripley too. I get
Oh yeah,
feelings.
absolutely.
I was also reading Bleacher Report a little bit this morning and I was getting some China vibes and they were too. So I think Rhea Ripley's gonna be a real big upcoming star. And I think Dominic's helping her out.
I
Now,
love it.
main event time, right? Miz versus Lashley for the United States Championship out of
Woo!
a steel cage. We knew shenanigans were gonna happen, but what happened at the beginning, I didn't really expect, but it is what it is. It's the Miz's regular shenanigans. Before the match starts, Miz and Ciampa actually attack Bobby Lashley as he enters the ring. So sends us to a commercial break, and then we come back. Lashley's arm was all hurt, all that stuff. So kind of gave him a disadvantage to the match, but he is the Almighty, so they really helped build that up. Come back to a break. Honestly, this match was pretty good, even inside the steel cage. They were able to storytell a good amount. And you know what? I think with the guy like Lashley, WWE does have to find kind of creative ways to make him an underdog. And you know what, the way they did tonight or last night, I'm sorry, just was great. So what actually happened, Miz actually went to go escape the cage. He was very close to doing it. Dexter Loomis appeared from under the ring to scare the Miz into actually not escaping. Miz crawls back into the cage, and then Lashley hit a spear for the win. Lashley heads up the ramp. Loomis got into the cage and choked the Miz out to end the show. Worked out perfectly for me, man. We finally got to see Dexter Loomis in a ring. But
Yeah,
what I want to talk about before we get off is Johnny Gargano and Theory. Now we still have a little bit of a feud between them two, so they are keeping Theory in the loop with a few superstars, not just with one. So kind of trash talking in the back in a promo before we really got into much of the show. So this is more the beginning of the show. We are going to see Johnny Gargano next week on Raw Wrestling, they had to say. So not sure against who, but we are going to see him wrestling next week on Raw. But nonetheless, a great way to end Monday Night Raw. Bobby Lashley looking tall. The Miz still has things going on with Dexter Loomis. Not going to complain, man. A fiery way to end Monday Night Raw.
Oh, dude, you said it, man. This is a pretty good show, especially the first one after a pay-per-view. Really
Yep.
kind of building up new storylines. Dexter Loomis, man, I'm excited to see what he does with The Miz. I think he's a perfect like first competitor for him on Monday Night Raw. Keeping these shenanigans going, The Miz with his shenanigans. It's a whole mess, and I love it, dude. But one thing's for sure, KozMatt will keep you guys updated on everything going on in the wrestling world, and we'll see you Saturday with a SmackDown recap. Peace out, baby.
Should be a good show. Adios.
Come on and fight.